Okay, Gala. Well, it's been about four weeks of podcast.
More than 4. This is our 6th one.
Oh yeah, true.
This is our 6th one.
This is our 6th one. So we're not gonna have another repeat of like the last 5, right?
I don't know. I mean, there's a train going by my house right now. This is he stopped the recording because we were like 30 seconds in when I said that there was a train coming, and I'm sad because I shouldn't have said anything. So otherwise, you guys would have had the experience of another train.
Yeah.
So I cry. That's like when I eventually end up starting my own YouTube channel or something or whatever. Eventually, I am going to have a train emote or something train related, because I can't tell you how many times I'll be recording and a train will go by. It'll be wonderful.
And with that being said, hey!
My daily rant. It's my daily rant.
Always coming. Hey guys, BK Rules 9 here, giving you another, yes, I know, another video, another podcast of Gala's terrible voice and taking 5 minutes for one pick, aka the Flaming Snake podcast, as we go through week 5, the review of week 5, and a preview of week 6 and of what's to come, how the teams are looking as far as the playoff race, and the MVPs. Of course, I will say right now, I am sorry if I get mad or I get upset on something, because it's bound to happen. This week was dumb. Anyways, before we start, we do have a replacement, and
you're an asshat?
Boy, you thought.
I'm sorry, this is my league.
Sadly. We are joined by the commissioner of the IPDL, sadly, GalacticEmpire.
Hello. You've
Yeah.
already heard my voice. You know I'm here.
Yeah, we are running all over the place. So, with that
It's
being
been a
said,
weird day.
my mentee, it has dropped due to personal reasons. So, Red King will be replacing him. He's already went through his transactions and everything, so he is good for next week against Nick. Now, with that being said, Gala, you wanna
Do
take?
you know how much I want to murder you right now?
Wait, what?
I legitimately want to kill you right now, because that was my major announcement that I wanted to say. I'm not happy.
You should have told me. I would have let you done it.
Let's see, when do we play?
Week 12?
Oh, I can wait that long.
Wait, is it actually week 12?
I don't
No,
know.
I just guessed that without looking. I
It
guess.
is!
Wow. I'm a psychic, everybody. It's confirmed.
I still don't care, I'll beat your ass then.
You think I would be caring at that point? I'm 0-5. Come at me. Anyways, with that being
that's
said,
a spoiler.
yeah, that is a spoiler. But I don't think it's a spoiler since it shows like Miku 0-5, 15 kills, 30 deaths, minus 15 at this point. But anyways, with that being said, no more sidetractions unless there's another train coming. And Gallo, let's get into the to week 5, starting off with Miku versus Pred. My game of the week, personally, not because of bias reasons, but because it was a really good match. That came down to the wire, and we're not talking about Celebi versus Tash because it is a forfeit win for Tash, which it was obvious Tash was gonna win anyways. So usually I don't talk about my own matches. Because I usually do it on my channel, and the past 2 weeks I haven't been talking about it. But I'm going to say one thing, and I'm going to say one thing only. My fault I lost, and congrats Pred on that not very hard win. Alright, go ahead, Gala.
I was wondering, because usually you let me handle this part, and I liked that and everything except the fact where you said. But
Right.
I'll get to that.
Where I said what?
I will talk about the Tash versus Celebi forfeit. Tash reached out to Celebi all week, and
pause the
he
thing
did
now,
not
thanks.
respond. So I have PM'd him. I wanted to see what was up and everything. So when he does get back to me, we will see how things are going and everything. But it is unlike him to not respond for an entire week. However, due to that, Tash does get the 3-0 forfeit win. The first match I'm going to talk about here is the Meek versus Pred match.
Question. What did you say because the mic cut out? Like when you disagreed with me?
Oh, I said that I disagree that it was all your fault you lost.
It kind of was.
But we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later.
So, I will say I did help you prep. So
you've helped me for the last 2 weeks, so I don't mind.
Yeah, I did help you prep with this one here. So I kind of want to pat myself on the back for this one here a little bit, but
Go ahead. It's all you.
Claydol Colderberry, I thought it was a nice bring because I knew that Hydreigon would be something that you needed to deal with and everything, or potential. I thought, and I looked at his team, and I'm just like, Colderberry just seems to work, and it actually did a good job.
And then I missed the toxic. More pocket sand thrown my way.
But so this one's a really good compliment for you here. I thought that the Hydreigon was absolutely gorgeous. That was well played. The close combat, obviously, I think was the right play and everything. I think at that point in the game, it was too early to start making predictions and everything, because if you would have gotten it wrong, or something like that. However, unless Hydra was choiced or something like that, he was locked in. So,
yeah.
But anyway, nice switch into the Cobalion on the Hydreigon to take minimal damage and get a attack boost. I think letting Shaman go down early really hurt you in the long run. That Shaman would have been able to take out that Quack.
Boy, yeah. It was like turn what? Not like 97?
But as early as it did, and that your battle didn't even last that long.
I think it was like 60 something turns. That's why I'm playing it on fast.
Oh. Oh, well, I don't know. Anyways, I think letting Shaman go down when you did was a little bit fortunate, because it still could have done a decent amount of damage to that Roselia with air slashes. It beat the Quagsire with 1 Seed Flare, and it would have required the Gallade to kill. What?
Unless it was Rindo Berry.
I still think a Seed Flare would have killed it at that point.
Probably not.
I'm pretty sure it would. That thing's 4 times effective. It would have killed it.
I don't care. That could have been a specially defensive Quagsire.
I still don't think it would have mattered. Anyways, but I think your Shaman going down when it was unfortunate. Air Slashes could do damage to the Roselia. You could 1v1 the Quagsire, like I said, most likely with 1 Seed Flare, and then it would force the Gallade to have to kill you right then and there because of an Air Slash, or even a potential just Seed Flare or something like that. So I think at that point, letting your Shaman go down was actually really, really a poor play, because it really would have done a lot of work. At that point and everything, I would have sacked your Melodic. But that's just me. I also put down that Mega Pinsir was a win. I think also letting that go down was a bit unfortunate. I think you should have kept that for the Mega Gallade unless he had priority and everything. You could have 1v1'd that as well. Instead, you let the Toxic take it down, knowing that you wouldn't be able to.
Might I add that was hacks?
Yeah, yeah, the Toxic was hacks, but
I don't think that it really mattered as much, because knowing that I could just go right into Dreidel to get a Toxic off, sack that thing off, then go into Clip Zone 1v1 that thing. Now, I will say the crucial moment of this match was turn, not 42, not 44, 5, or no, yeah, it was 45. So, he got up a Swords Dance, and I just didn't burn. The one time hacks can't go my way. So let's see. Let's see real quick. Let's, you know, go through this a little bit. So, and this has happened every week, might I add. Let's just make that clear. I missed a Toxic. I got poisoned by a Roselia, which is kind of embarrassing. Yeah, so I missed the Toxic on the Hydreigon, which would have been huge. I got poisoned.
Not really. Hydreigon would have been a sack anyways.
Still. I consider it somewhat. I got poisoned by a Roselia on my Mega Pinsir, and on my Goodra, I think. Air Slash was doing nothing, by the way, just to let you know. It really wasn't doing much to the Roselia. And I had nothing to touch the Hydreigon, so saying that Claydol was kind of like a way to touch Hydreigon was off. Like, with that berry, obviously. Because Levitate's the thing. Okay. Anyways. And then that 2% low roll. Yeah. So, GG Pred. All I can say.
Anyways, if I'm going to be able to finish, my last two things were the last turn of the game. Your Iron Head, you basically had a 80% chance to knock out the Mega Gallade, and you literally got the lowest roll possible.
And didn't flinch.
Inner Focus, you wouldn't have been able to anyways.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Inner Focus. That's what it was.
But yeah, legitimately his roll was 57.8%, and he did 56 minimum.
Now that I think about it, the only time. The only
Can I
time.
finish?
Go ahead. I was about to say something. Go ahead.
But
Dang.
well, it's just every time.
Sure.
But anyways, just really, in my opinion, you should have won that game, because that also goes into my last comment of Pred had a little bit of defensive issues. He sacked a lot of things, and his prep looked sloppy to me. He was off. He was off.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, you made a few misplays, but I think you played better than Pred, at least in this game.
Anyways, so like I was saying, the only time that Inner Focus is actually a good ability for Mega Gallade.
Ah, yes.
Prove me wrong. Anyways, so next up we have Dante versus Saigai, and yeah, I guess you were right.
Yes, of course I was. What did I tell you? Dante plays very well against Saigai, and Saigai plays like shit whenever he plays Dante.
The only bad thing though is that Tropius didn't do anything.
It's unfortunate. It would have gotten a kill if it gotten the right roll at the very end of the game. However, it didn't, and Toxic from the Toxapex ended up taking down Saigai's last mon, which I believe was the Mega Aerodactyl.
Yeah.
But that's also after he missed a rock slide, so I think that probably would have killed anyways. My notes for them are, Baton Pass Durant was wonderful prep. You went right into that Crocodile, which had a mini sweep, killed 3 things. You played around the Sucker Punch with Absol very well. And then, excuse me. And then he brought in Nidoqueen, and you were pretty much expected to win at that point with the Crocodile sweep. And Saigai pulled a Sucker Punch Nidoqueen out of his ass and stopped the sweep. However, after that, you'd already done so much damage with the Crook sweep that he really didn't have many answers to the Toxapex anymore. And the Toxapex was able to pretty much win the game. And that was those were my notes for that one. I didn't have that many because it was a shorter battle.
Really? Then I should have hit the next button a lot. So, as we were switching gears to Tepig versus Bryn. I don't know what
My
to
first
say.
question is Donphan ? WTF?
Yep, the WTF moment going to the Donphan 100%.
Clearly not sturdy.
Clearly.
I also wonder what the fuck kind of steroids Mega Camerupt was on.
Either that or how many
Because I'm
shrinking
confused
pills.
on how that killed, or I'm not estimating Camerupt, or if I'm overestimating Donphan. It's one of the two.
Probably both.
It's probably a mixture of both.
I mean,
but
base 60 special defense. So against
yeah.
a base 100 Sheer force boosted.
Sheer force, yeah. Alright, that makes a little more sense.
So you were doing
still.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the next thing was the Terrakion switch was absolutely stupid. And that thing went down right away. I think you basically just completely sacked your Terrakion for no reason whatsoever. My next one is the Togekiss stack was really bad. The Togekiss really helped out, minus the Weavile. That Serene Grace really was, minus Suicune, your only way to get back into the game. And you just let the Weavile kill you there. You played Suicune really well though, and in the end, potentially, could have won the game. Maybe. It depends if you outstalled the Pyukumuku, which was another note that I put down, that Pyukumuku just literally walled you. However, Bryn brought just regular Trick on the Latios, and that was a nice play to bring in versus the Suicune, and force the Suicune to use to be Choice Scarfed. I'm not sure if I would have been able to predict that. I mean, after looking at it and everything and seeing where the battle was and obviously thinking about it for a minute, why would he bring in Latios first instead of bringing in the Pyukumuku? Unless you knew that you had something to deal with it. I probably would have switched out into my Houndoom because of the fact that it gets Dark Pulse. But I'm not sure if I would have in the whole heat of the moment. But just looking at the battle, I would have expected at least something. And then like I said, that was the rest of my notes. There was Pyukumuku pretty much just walled you. You ended up forfeiting at the end when it was Suicune versus Latios and the Pyukumuku, simply because of the fact that you knew at that point it would take like 30 more turns and you would just lose anyways because you were scarfed then. So thank you for not making us sit through 35,000 turns of torture.
You basically mean like me not hitting the next button 30 times as of now.
Pretty much.
I'm going to make one note.
Those are my notes.
I'm going to make one note. And this is to Bryn Senpai, because Bryn Senpai is life. I really like what you did with the Pyukumuku Soak onto the Togekiss. I think that really changed it up a bit, in my opinion.
Why did you use Soak on the Suicune though? What the fuck?
Because Bryn is a meme. Come at him.
Oh. Anyways, so those are my notes here. The next one is Trainer and Flagon. I really don't have much to say about this one here. It was the 6-0 sweep.
Yeah, I'm not sure replay.
Kyurem Black plus the Mega Venusaur, you really didn't have a lot to break it. I'm not sure if at the end the roll to kill the Kyurem Black on the Dark Pulse and everything with the Greninja, I'm not sure if it was a roll or not.
It was a roll, I called it.
Okay, and I don't know whose favor it was in anyways.
I think it was in Trainers, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, like I said, I don't know, I didn't calc that.
But I calced it, it was definitely a roll.
Okay. Well, and I kind of expected it to be a roll based upon damage that it's done previously in the match, but I'm not looking at the battle right now either, so I can't tell you what I think of that. But anyways, really you just had no way to break Flagon's defensive mons. Bulky Kyurem Black was the right bring. And at the end of the day here and everything, Trainer did end up leaving the league after this battle was over. Took a little bit of time to think about it, reassess, but he needed a break. And then earlier in the season, when we were recruiting people and everything, I had a lineup of 3-4 people that wished to join.
All of them are better than me, by the way. Just making that up.
And earlier in the season, we had a few people drop and everything. Liam dropped before it started. Cameron dropped before it started because he was upset because of how playoffs were going to work.
Trust me, I was that too.
It was either that or it was because of the fact I was having 15 weeks instead of 12. It's one of the two.
I think it was both now that I think about it.
I don't really know, and I really don't care. And then the last one was Agron, who filled in for Stoop at the end of last season. So with those 3 dropping, we had 3 out of the 4 already filled, and we brought in Gil, we brought in Tepig, and we brought in Gil, Tepig, and I don't know. I'm just having a brain fart right now. Maybe.
I mean,
I really don't remember.
Personally,
And
I would have Agron over Red King. Sorry, Red King, but I don't know. Just a random thought.
no. Anyways, trainer left, and the last person on that list was indeed Red King, and so Red King, I PM'd him, asked him if he wanted it. He said, if I believe correctly, fuck yes. So, so he is back after taking off last season. So I welcome you back, and I wish you the best. So,
remind me to put in my description, not family friendly, for my channel.
for what? Because I've said the F word a few times?
You said it like every time in the podcast. I've got to learn how to make this chat family. Okay, Afonso versus Gil
I mean,
next.
I can be family friendly, but I know that you really you didn't
I don't
do
care.
that,
I don't
so
care.
I haven't been.
I don't care anymore. Chat shows it
Like
all.
to say, I haven't been concerned because you'd have never mentioned it to me. So,
Yeah, I should really mention that sometimes.
well, if you
real
wanted
quick,
to be family friendly from now on, I will.
Nah, it's too late. It's too late, fam.
Wonderful news.
Real
Next
quick,
one.
shout out to Afonso for the triple fairy. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. So Gil versus Afonso. I have a few notes. Halucha out early. Just put out question marks. You sacked Coco and then you didn't bring Halucha out, which was already at like 24%. So I was just really confused. The Auroras was played really well. It did a lot to Gil's team. I really don't have much to say about this except for the fact that I don't know what you were doing. You, Fonzo, you literally you played horrible. It just don't. I think your prep was and you played garbage. I just don't know. And I think the win was just handed to Gil pretty much. I think the game was not, I don't want to say not entertaining, but it really wasn't entertaining until like the last few turns when Aurora started coming out and started making some plays. I think you're really lucky that it was only a 2-0. So, and that's really all I have to say about that one.
Yeah, just skimming through that battle, basically, yeah. Buddy, I don't know what happened. I really don't. Hopefully you can pick back up against Tash, which I think you will, but anyways. With that being said, we go on to, the worst battle of this whole entire week.
Yeah, it was.
Oh wait, really?
Even I admit that. Yeah.
I was just kidding. Wow. Okay. Well, like.
Well,
okay then.
I'll start off by saying I know I've said this, and we actually PM'd, not PM'd, we VC'd afterwards. He helped. Me and Leafy.
Okay.
He helped me with prep for another league and everything that I needed help with.
Yeah.
And I thank him for that. And I still lost. I lost because I missed a focus blast. So, unfortunate, but. It's okay. It's not like that literally put my chances from playoffs from 80 to 50%. No, totally not.
Did you really actually do cox for that?
What? No, I'm saying that.
Figuratively.
No, figuratively. Basically, I was at a point where if I won the game and everything, it put me in a really good position.
Okay.
However, if I lost and everything, it would have put me legitimately in a. And I lost.
Don't worry, because if I beat Pred, it still put me at a 0% chance to make playoffs.
Anyways.
I thought it was funny.
No. Anyways, first thing I'm gonna say though is, I'm so sorry. I want to mention the fact that you won. You won the battle. You really did. You single part of the way. You, I don't want to say you out prepped, because your team, your defensive walls literally just annihilated my team. I had no way to get around them. So I had a hard time breaking your walls. You also said you fucked up your Reuniclus set and everything, and you had it 252 HP, 252 special attack instead of special defense, which was a tad unfortunate. However, honestly, I don't think it would have mattered because I attacked you mostly with physically offensive moves. Also at the end though, I really screwed up with your Sableye and everything. I should have done my Aegislash, and used my Z move, popped my Z move there instead of going into Slowbro and then into Megalopony. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. In fact, I don't think I was thinking. I just knew that you had the Will-O-Wisp, and I think at that point I just lost. And then I remembered, wait, this thing has a Z move. So but then ending up in the end, you missed your Will-O-Wisp against my Megalopony, and I knew that was the only way that I had a potential to win. So I used Power Up Punch. You missed your Will-O-Wisp. I got my attack boost, and then came the Mega Autono, and then came the because of the mind game. Literally took 5 to 10 minutes just to take one turn, I think. Because I also did some calcs, and that was the one where I clicked Drain Punch on Mega Autono's Protect. I was trying to figure out, does he just go for Dazzling Gleam? Does he click Protect because he knows the only way I kill is a high jump kick? Eventually, I decided, well, what happens if I go for a Drain Punch? And I looked, and basically, the percentage that I would get health-wise back from a Drain Punch, if I got, basically, if you were to take the roll percentage that I had and put the lowest roll as like a 1 and like a highest roll I could get as a 10, if I got a 5 roll and everything, the damage I would recover would allow me to live around a 5 roll from a Dazzling Gleam. So basically, if my roll was dead in the center and Leafy's roll was dead in the center, and everything, because of the health I gained back from Drain Punch, I could potentially live a Dazzling Gleam. I figured I would rather lose the game that way than lose with him clicking Protect and me dying and killing myself. I figured I'd rather take the chance of me living and getting than just clicking high jump kick and losing. He did click Protect though, and I went for the Drain Punch, which ended up winning me the game, as I went for high jump kick and then I finished off the rest of his team. Megalopony got 5 kills in the match, but I do want to point out that none of that would have happened if he had not missed his Will-O-Wisp, and he really did. He won the game, so...
legit just kicking the bucket right there. Anyways,
but your like I said, your 1-4 record now really just, it does not show how you've played. You played this season really well.
Yeah,
so
to be honest, I'm looking forward to him versus me in week 15, where he basically demolishes me with a Reuniclus. Anyways, I'm just throwing shots at myself. I don't know why. It's the speed. The speed is sick. Anyways, so our final matchup, Cynthia versus Nick, and just an all-around slaughter fest.
Pretty much. I put down the Braviary sub was cool prep. It basically guaranteed kill on something. The Jirachi was obviously Serene Grace and everything, but Jirachi was a tad OP. That Araquanid versus Togekiss My lord, I mean, you
Togekiss.
well, not Togekiss, Jirachi. The Araquanid versus the Jirachi and everything, when you kept getting flinch after flinch after flinch, I would have been quite upset. I mean, obviously, I know Serene Grace, but you mean, come on, one. Obviously, you did have to let something go down. That was the Braviary. But really, Nick legit couldn't do anything about anything in this match. He had a horrible matchup. He tried, but literally just was dominated in every way in the match. He really couldn't do anything.
Yeah, really, I
Oh my goodness.
don't know. This was just an all-around I mean, there was a chance to bring it back with the bulk ups, but the Will-O-Wisp hit it. The Will-O-Wisp doing something that it couldn't do for Leafy, and that was actually hit. I'm sorry, Leafy.
Hit versus my Aegislash.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that just ended it. But I think Cynthia did something illegal here by using a shiny Zygarde.
I don't care about shinies.
I know. I do though. Even though I am the shiny prince.
I could really care less, just so long as the set is legal and everything.
No,
I really don't care if it's shiny. It's a shiny.
You cannot take a joke today, I swear. Anyways, so with that being said, we get on to our divisions of unholy trash.
Also, I'd like to apologize for my excessive sniffing. I don't know if I'm getting sick or whatever, but I'm just having a stuffy nose recently.
Yeah.
And it's driving me off a wall too. So and I have to be careful because dry air, nosebleeds, it's not fun at all.
Yeah, trust me. Anyways, so I'm gonna do a little something different with the divisions. So I decided since we're in week 5, we're already starting off with the playoffs, like setups and everything. So with that being said, right now we have in the Unholy Light Conference, I would say.
Unholy light?
Well, cause like thunder is like light. Prove me wrong. Anyways, so we have Cynthia, Galactic, Afonso, and Bryn holding the top spots.
Oh shit, actually speaking of which and everything, they're not, like, if you look at the playoffs page, I actually have to switch those and everything. I did not realize that Cynthia's differential was better than Afonso's.
Anyways, with Gil basically being the only contender to like try to take one of those spots. So yeah, that conference is way too simple. And then we have the Elemental Division, so to say, or Elemental Conference, with Dante, Pred, Flygon, and Saigai. Basically, I think this was our prediction for playoffs. But
What wasn't?
But basically, Tash and Nick still have a chance. We have like 12 weeks to go, 10, something like that. And yeah, I just thought that was something new that we could do. You know, it's fun. Anyways, so with that being said, let's get on to the MVP race.
Oh, I wanted to see if playoffs started right now because I just fixed it and everything.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. If playoffs ended right now,
this is the third of the way through the season. There are 15 weeks, and it's the third way through the season.
We would have Cynthia versus Galactic, Afonso versus Bryn, Dante versus Saigai, and Flygon versus Pred, which is obviously always a good favorite. All competing for a chance to be in the Super Spoink 5, because
it's Super Boldor.
Super Boldor is trash. I'm sorry, Finn.
You're trash.
I know I am. Anyways, so with that being said, let's get on to the MVP race. We're surprisingly cut in record time. Jesus.
That's good.
True. Starting.
I need to get these challenges done in Fortnite.
In number 1, we have the Mega Gyarados not Gyarados. Then following it up is Megalopony, Kyron Black, Tropius at number 4, sadly. Megamanetric, that stupid Swoobat that nobody likes. And then Tapu
It'll be gone
Koko,
eventually.
hopefully. Tapu Koko, Cortana, Mega Gallade, and Xurkitree ending out the final 4. So, question.
Okay, I was about to ask you a question, but...
Okay. When do you think, because I've always wanted to know this, and I don't think you've answered this. Where do you think Tropius is going to end up? If it does end up in the top 10 still.
If it ends up in the top 10, it'll probably be somewhere between maybe 7th, 8th, or 9th. I don't laugh, but I don't think it'll be during the top. After the first 5 weeks, and there are usually some odd Pokemon in there the first 5 weeks, because you don't see your sweepers or anything come into play yet, unless like the number 1 or the number 2 spot. So you see a lot of mons that maybe get like maybe 1 or 2 kills every other match or something like that. You'll see those rise up a little bit during the beginning. But at the end, you'll start to see the true MVP start to come out. And I think right now is really when you're going to start to see some of those mons start to emerge. As players start to get more comfortable with their teams.
Didn't Melodic come back at like week 8 or something?
Yeah. Yeah, it started rising up week 8 and it ended up being 3rd or 2nd overall.
I think it was 3rd because you screwed me over with some kills. Anyways.
With a good reason, though.
Anyways, with that being said, you had a question for me, and then I was gonna ask you something, but.
Well, I was going to say it's 1/3 of the way through, and I was going to say, you know, teams are starting to get familiarized. We'll start to see some of these main contenders start to move up and everything. Out of the 10 that we see here now, which ones do you think will still be here at the end of the MVP race, and who do you think, if they are even on here, will win at this point at the end of the season?
Well, let's see. And I'm going from 10 to 1. Xurkitree's gonna be out.
Okay.
Mega Gallade will most likely be top 5.
Okay.
Cortana is not gonna show up. And
bold prediction.
And big reason for this is because Gil is trash, and he's not really doing well with Cortana.
Okay.
Like,
well, I'll try my best to keep him to a minimal.
From the past 2 weeks being shown, that is.
Okay.
Okay. Tapu Koko, I can see if Afonso keeps playing it right, unlike he did this week.
Yeah, sorry, you didn't. But, well, he didn't play well at all this week, so.
Yeah, but I'm seeing that as like, if it keeps up, it's maybe 9 or 10.
I see that. I see Tapu Koko being top 5.
Swoobat's dropping after this week, so I don't really care about that thing. Megamanetric, kind of a surprise for me. I think this will make it out of the top 10, but it will be top 15.
Okay.
Tropius is my number 1 for the MVP race.
It's gonna win.
It's gonna win. Bold prediction.
Dante will make sure of that, won't he?
Kyron Black will fall to 5th. That is
okay.
big. Lopunny will fall lower to number 7 or 8.
Okay.
And then Mega Gyarados will keep it close with Tropius, but lose by 2 kills, making it the number 2.
Okay.
So anyways, with that being said, anything else you want to say before we get to the predictions?
Not really. I just wanted to point out a couple things that I think of here and everything that I maybe have disagreed with. I think Mega Gallade will be, and I think Mega Gallade will move up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Cortana will stay around the same.
No.
Koko may move up a few. I think Mega Manetric will move down, but I think it might stay in. Cynthia's playing it really well. And obviously it depends on what kind of a team you're bringing it with. But with her playing it as well as she is and everything, I think it can be around like a... I don't think where it is now it'll stay. I think you'll see other things start to emerge like Koko or maybe Mega Gallade or something like that. But I definitely see Mega Man X staying in the top 10. But if not, like you said, top 15 I think is almost a guarantee. I think Tropius will drop from where it's at. I think it'll be around maybe 7. Kyurem Black may drop, it may move up. Really, Kyurem Black could easily... Obviously, it's going to stay in the top 10, I think, but really just depends on how Flygon plays it. Mega Lop and Mega Gyarados, I think, can move around wherever, just depending on what happens.
Depending on if Mega Camerupt makes it to the top 10.
Oh, man.
Anyways, with that being said, we get to week 6. I actually have 2 games of the week for week 6, surprisingly.
Okay.
First one being 100% Tash versus Afonso.
Okay.
I think Afonso will pull out of the slump because as Tash went into a bye, he's kind of in a cooldown mode. It's really tough to pick a winner here, but I'm gonna go Afonso 2-0.
Okay. I'm going to say that yes, this is a potential game of. However, I am going to take Tash winning this one here. Afonso, yes, has played well. He did go and he did not play well at all last week. However, Tash has a little bit of a. I don't want to say a little bit of a stall team. He has them on. He has 2 Mons with Regenerator. He has Zardex. He has ways to get around the Coco Lucha, I think, more than a lot of other people do. Also with the Comfey and everything. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling your prep Tash or something like that, but Comfey gets a priority Draining Kiss. So depending on his set, I mean that's going to do so much damage to the Hawlucha. So he has ways to get around the Hawlucha. The Victini, the Volcarona would be another issue. However, he has ways to get around the Volcarona as well. I truly do think that Tash has a better matchup in this situation, and if you're going to go up against a team like Afonso's and everything, I really truly do think that Tash has one of the best ones to do so with. And I think I'm going to give this one to Tash. I'm going to give it around a 2 or a 3-0.
Okay. Next up we have Leafy versus Cynthia, and yeah, Leafy, I'm sorry, you're not doing too well. Cynthia's just red hot. I'm saying 4-0 Cynthia. Easy enough.
Oh my god, yes!
What? What'd you do?
Alright, let's look at these matchups.
What did you do?
Let's see here. Cynthia Leafy.
Here's where it begins, folks. Get your cameras out. Train of thought. So, you know what? I'm gonna do something. Just wait. I got you. All
Train of thought 2.0.
Nah. Got 30 seconds, man.
Train of thought
30 seconds.
Okay. 30 seconds, okay.
29. 28. 25.
I feel like opening my window for some reason.
20. Son of a gun!
Yeah!
I knew it! Goes well too, since this is train of thought.
That's why I said train of thought 2.0.
Alright, pick it up.
I win!
Alright, pick it up. What did you think?
Oh, I didn't even look at the teams yet. I was stalled so I could wait for the train. 10, 9, 8. Leafy's been playing really well recently.
6,
I like his defensive
5,
cores. Cynthia's also been playing well.
3,
However, I think I like the
2,
defensive cores. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Leafy around 1 or 2-0.
Oh wow, really? Okay, next up we have Galactic versus a random Brazilian nobody. Personally, I don't think that Brazilian man has a chance. So, I'm giving it 3-0 Galactic.
I hate his team.
Well, his team is trash.
I would have been a lot happier if I would have been going up against the team that he did not trade for. His trades have made his team a lot scarier. I really don't know who's going to win this one. I think it'll just be how we play, and it'll be determined as we go on, and also what mons we bring, what prep we bring. I really have no idea, and I really can't even begin to tell you how much I have no idea. I'm not going to make a prediction for this one. All I'm going to say is, the Gil, I wish you the best of luck. And really, this game it's huge. We're both 3-2 plus 2. It really is. It's going to be an amazing matchup, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
No winner.
So no winner. No winner.
It'll be a 0-0 tied. I don't know. I'm just put
Both
it out
of you
there.
explosion at the same time.
Yes.
Okay. Next up we have Nick versus Red King, and really don't know how to say this, but Nick has been on a slight tread off the path lately. I think he lost his last 3. Yeah, he lost his last 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Red King could take advantage of it, but I don't know. That's just a theory. So I'm gonna say Red King 3-0.
I'm going Nick 2-0.
Okay. So next up is Bryn versus Celebi.
Ooh, good matchup.
I don't think Celebi will have it here. Yep, just as usual. I got my Senpai 4-0.
Alright, now let's look at Bryn's team. Ooh, this is a hard one. I think they both have pieces that if used right can do a lot of damage to the opponent's team, and I think it'll be whoever can get that one out first and use it correctly will win the game. However, with that being said, if it does end up like that, Bryn will do that because I'm sorry, Celebi, but you set up way too early in your games. You like to set up a lot.
Sometimes it costs you.
And exactly. However, Bryn, if you don't manage to see how he's doing that, then you will lose to his setups. However, I do think Bryn will win this.
Alright, so next up we have Guy versus Tepig, and I see you finally figured out my markings. I'm gonna say Guy 3-0. I think the rust is coming back to bite him.
Okay. So he's playing Tepig. Tepig's team can't do much to Sagai's anyways, and so I already chosen who my winner is. Am I not allowed to say why I think it's supposed to happen?
Oh, I didn't hear you say anything.
I just said Sagai's team has a better matchup versus Tepig. Did you not hear me say that?
But you still didn't predict. Okay, anyways.
Anyways, Sagai's team has a better matchup versus Tepig. A lot of things that he really shines with, like Suicune, Moongus, Speedrill, maybe Beedrill, I don't really know. But a lot of his defensive cores, Sagai can break easily and everything. Bulu, Aerodactyl will put in some work. I think Sagai's gonna win this, and I think it's gonna be a 4 or 5-0 probably.
Okay. I totally forgot that Pred versus Dante even happened, so put that there. And
that's right.
For the fly of the week, we got Flygon versus me, myself, and the terrible I. But no, this is definitely game of the week. Definitely game of the week, because it's always Flygon somehow. Anyways.
It's not game of the week.
Bruh,
it's either there's 2 games of the weeks this week, and it's not that. It's either Tash or Afonso, or it's myself versus Gil, and it's because of the fact that not only are we in the same division, but we have the exact same record too.
You legit cannot.
You cannot tell me
you
that.
legit cannot take a joke, and it's hilarious.
I know that you're joking because Flygon's gotten them the last few weeks.
Okay.
However, I just don't.
Okay, so I'm gonna put in my
I'm
record.
getting tired too. Okay.
I
If
know.
you hadn't noticed.
I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna.
stay up to complete these challenges.
I'm gonna put my score in with no other words to say. So Flygon. With this being said, boy. I think.
What?
Anyways, I think it's gonna be 10-0 to 10-0 Flygon.
Why did it change it to red?
Yes. Anyways, so
Can't type either.
this is where I say my little grievances and everything. Flygon, I know you're watching. I really hope you're watching. I wish you good luck, my dude. One of the best battlers that I've known. I've only beat you once, and I don't have the mon to beat you with it, or to beat you. So, is what it is. You just have a more experienced team than I do. I like to flip my things around. That's so out of context. But anyways, with that being said, what do you? I'm sorry. What do you think? What do you think, buddy?
I think it'll be a really good battle and everything because, like I said, he has a lot of more experience, usually he's a little bit better as well. However, I'm looking at the teams and you have a pretty good damn matchup. I mean, seriously,
Funny.
please.
We said
Let me help you. Let me help you prep because you have a really good matchup, and I don't think you realize that.
I don't know. I think I had a better matchup with Pred than I do with Flygon, but I haven't looked at the team, so I'm just
you
here.
have a good matchup.
Also, I don't know. I don't know if I'm even gonna let you help, so I don't know. So, anyways, with that being said, bold prediction.
I'm sorry, no. You didn't even let me say my final.
Oh,
my
go
final
ahead.
score prediction.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give it to you. 1-0.
As I glance at Pred's 1-0 victory towards me. Anyways, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Because obviously, without you guys, this podcast probably wouldn't be a thing. Yeah, honestly. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like button down below if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new, because your support is 100% appreciated. Your voice is 100% heard. If you want to see something on the series, or on the channel, I will hit you with that. I will 100% hit that with a bat as best as I can to give you guys.
I want to see Gil on the podcast.
That's never gonna happen. Anyways.
See what his word means.
No, that's the one thing I will never allow. That's the one thing. I would rather have Tepig on the podcast than Gil.
I'm sorry, Gil.
No.
I don't have another way to record.
Yeet ski. Get off.
I have no problems with it.
Anyways, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Comment down below what you think the predictions are, or just anything in general, because yeah, eat ski. And until next time, where we hopefully don't have trains, or Gala taking 50 minutes to make more predictions.
2.0. Oh, I told you the reason why I waited that long was I heard.
Oh no,
I wanted to
just
stall.
wait. I've got you, buddy. I've got you next week. Anyways,
Yeah.
with that being said, I just can't stop saying thank you. It's amazing. Until next time, peace out, Mikuins. Yeah.